The story starts with a woman named Anuja. She is a high school teacher and she has recently shifted to a new place for her job. And she is also about to get married soon. But she is not happy about it because her fiance wants her to leave her job and her father also does not support her in this. So Anuja is quite tense in her personal life. But when she joins the new school, she makes a new friend there, Neha. She is also a high school teacher in the same school. And after some days, all the teachers of the school have to visit different villages to collect data for the census. So Anuja takes Neha on her scooty with her and they go to villages to collect the data. They have the list of the places they have to go for the census. One by one, they go to each village and collect the data by asking people about their family members. But one place is still left because they have never heard of it and they do not know where it is. And it's also about to get evening soon. So Neha tells Anuja to leave it and just head for the school. So they start to leave. But on their way, they see the board with the name of that place. So Anuja takes the turn in that direction. And as they proceed, they notice that it's a very lonely place. There is no house or humans to be seen anywhere. Anuja drives through it all but does not see anyone. And right when they are about to turn back, they spot a house. It's a big white house, standing all alone in that place. And Neha is skeptical of it. She wonders why anyone would live so alone in this lonely place. But Anuja is very determined. She wants to collect the complete data. So they park their scooty and go to the door of the house and start knocking it. Nobody comes for a while. But after some time, a young woman opens the door just enough to see who is there. And she does not say anything, only peeks out and keeps looking at them in a curious way. Neha tells her that they are here to ask them some questions for the census data. But that woman does not say or do anything. She keeps looking at them from inside, and in between, she keeps turning behind to look at someone. But then it starts raining, so Neha opens the door slightly so they can get inside. And then they notice that the woman is pregnant. The woman then takes them inside to a room and they all sit. Anuja starts to ask her the question. She asks her name. The woman tells her that her name is Prerna. And then Anuja asks her how many people are in her family living in that house. Prerna says 4, including her amma, herself, the man, and Bhola, who live in the house. Bhola is actually their cook and servant. And because she was pregnant, then Anuja and Neha ask her about her children. They ask her if this is her first child. But she says no, it's not her first child. So they ask her how many children she has. Prerna says she has none. They all died. On this, Anuja and Neha get a bit suspicious. They ask her to reconfirm it, but Prerna sticks to her words and says that her babies come out, cry, and then die. All of them. She is very naive and believes in her statement. But Anuja and Neha know that it's not normal, that something is wrong. Before they can ask her more about it, Prerna's amma comes to the room, and in her presence, Prerna stiffens and keeps her silence. They both notice it, and they get up and leave as that old woman asks them if they're done with their work. But as they're about to leave, they come across their servant Bhola, who is coming from outside, and he makes them feel very uncomfortable with his creepy smile and scary behavior. He keeps asking them to stay there longer. But they leave and return to the school, and Neha is worried because they got late and her brother has come to school to ask for her. He is angry at her for being so careless and scolds her for it. Days pass, but Anuja is still thinking about Prerna and that house. She knows that something wrong is happening with Prerna there, because she had seen a mark of injury on her neck and her behavior was also very weird. She got scared when her amma came. Anuja feels that something is fishy about that house. So after a month, she takes Neha and goes to that house again. She just wants to know what happened to Prerna's child this time. But this time, they are welcomed by Amma. Prerna is nowhere to be seen. They ask for her, but right then the man comes to the room. He is a bit aged, far more than Prerna. Amma tells him that they are the same girls that had come the other day. He nods and sits down. They ask him about Prerna again, but Amma tells them that she is sick and that he will not speak because he is on a Maun Vrat for 5 years. He is actually observing silence fast. But Anuja only wants to know about Prerna and what happened to her child. Even though she is feeling a bit scared, she ends up asking them about the baby, saying that the delivery must have happened by now. On this, the man gets up and leaves the room abruptly. And Amma tells them that the baby did not survive. The baby died after birth. This confirmed Anuja's fear. Both she and Neha start to leave in a hurry. They go to their scooty and are about to leave, but it starts raining, and they are in the middle of the jungle. They cannot ride in this heavy rain. Then they hear Amma telling them to stop for a while in the house until the rain stops. So even though they do not want to, they have to stop there. And it gets midnight, but the rain does not stop. So they are in that house with them. And when they sit for dinner, they see Prerna. She is there sitting with them, eating like she has been hungry for so long, just happy and smiling to herself to have the food. And she smiles when she sees Anuja sitting beside her. Anuja and Neha are only feeling more and more scared as time passes. They regret coming here because by now they know that something is fishy about this house and people here. But they have no option now. It's already dark outside and it's raining. So when the man asks them to stay for the night, they have to say yes. Bhola takes them to a room. He is utterly creepy and keeps staring at Neha all the time and smiling weirdly. Anuja and Neha get inside and lock the door securely. They are very scared, so they do not sleep. They're talking to each other, regretting coming here. And after a while, there's a loud knock on the door. They almost jump with fear. But Anuja finally gets up to see, and it's Bhola. He has come here to give them water. But he's smiling like a creep, trying to look inside at Neha. Anuja takes it and locks the door again. But Neha is scared of what she will tell her brother. He's calling her. He's very strict. He's going to scold her for being there. So she lies and tells her brother that she's at Anuja's room as her friend got sick and she will come home the next morning. It gets to midnight, but Anuja does not sleep. She is sitting by the window, waiting for it to get morning. And after some time, she hears some noise outside. She peeks out. It's that same middle aged man. He is going into a small hut like cabin that's outside in their backyard. But after a while, she sees something there that startles her. She immediately wakes up Neha and tells her that they have to leave from that house right now. Neha asks her what happened, and Anuja tells her that she saw a dead body outside in that cabin. They both get scared and decide to escape from the house right then. But as they try to leave, they realize that both doors are locked from inside, and the keys are in the room where Amma is sleeping. But they have to escape the house, so they secretly take the keys and unlock the back door. But seeing the pitch darkness of the night and the jungle line ahead, Neha starts to doubt their decision. So they decide to first check if there's really a dead body in that cabin or not. They go inside that cabin to check it, and the moment they turn on the light, someone starts tugging and pulling on their legs. There is an injured man inside. They start screaming and run to save their lives. They're running towards the jungle, away from the house, but after a while they stop because they start hearing the voices of wild animals in the dark. They are stuck now. They cannot get away because it's so dark in the jungle, and they can also not stay inside the house because it's so dangerous. But they decide to go back and stay in the room until the morning and then leave. They can do this because nobody in the house knows that they tried to escape and that they have seen the injured man in their cabin. So they do that. They secretly lock the door and keep the keys back in place and go to their rooms and wait till morning. They wake up listening to Amma singing the prayer. They immediately get up and start leaving the house. Amma and that man are sitting in the room. They just say a quick thank you and exit the house and go to their scooty. They are hurrying. Bhola seems upset at seeing them go, and then Amma tells the man that the girls tried escaping the house at night. This changes that man's mood. He starts going outside to stop them, but Anuja and Neha are already on their scooty, but he starts chasing them. Neha starts to feel scared seeing him. She tells Anuja to speed up, but that man ultimately gets hold of them, and he punches Anuja on the face and she passes out right there. Neha also runs to escape, but Bhola strikes her with a stone on her head and she falls off. They take them in the house and hold them captive. Prerna witnesses all this from the window, silently, no reaction, no sadness. She just observes what is happening. When Anuja and Neha wake up, they find themselves locked up in an underground dark room. They have a breakdown. Neha starts crying, saying that they will die now. These people will kill them off. But Anuja gets up and starts examining the room they are in. And she realizes that that is where Prerna was also kept for her delivery because she sees all the medicines and other related equipment there. And they start to think that maybe Prerna is also an innocent woman like them who got trapped there. They start to feel even more scared for themselves. So Neha starts banging on the door, pleading with them to let them go. But there's no response. She keeps banging the door and pleading, but after some time, they flash hot water on Neha through beneath the door. Neha falls down and is badly hurt. Anuja helps her. But after some hours, Anuja also makes a plan to get out of there. She starts banging on the door. And when she hears the footsteps arriving, she and Neha hide in the room behind some boxes. They are holding iron rods in their hands to attack Bhola and that man when they come. But their plan fails because Bhola and that man overpower them and hit them so badly that they almost pass out. And when they wake up, they cry out of helplessness. They are injured, bleeding, and hurt badly. Neha has almost given up the hope of making it alive, but Anuja has the spirit. She cannot give up. She gets up and starts looking around that room. She's looking for something, anything that can help them. There is a lot of stuff in that room, so she starts removing them. And then, in one of the corners of a wall, she finds a big hole. It's actually for the drainage pipe, but they can use it to escape. It's big enough for them to pass through. She tells Neha to go first. Neha uses all her strength to pass through that pipe. And when she finally comes out through it, she's all wet because that pipe opened into a small pond which is just beside that house. So she comes out and hides behind the cabin that's in the backyard. She can see that man and Bhola out there. They're talking to someone. Soon, she realizes that it's her brother. He has come here to find her. He had seen her pendant lying near that house. So he starts questioning them, threatening them to call the police. She starts to feel scared for her brother too. But before she can go to him or tell him, they kill him. Neha is traumatized by seeing that man crushing her brother's head in front of her. She comes out and starts crying over her brother's cruel death. Meanwhile, after escaping through the pipe, Anuja goes to their cabin hut to release that injured man there. But that man is so injured that he cannot walk. So she tells him that she will come back to help him and leaves. But by then, Bhola and that man knew about their escape. So Anuja could not go far. That man follows her and brings her back. And this time, they keep them captive in different rooms. Both tied, beaten and injured. And with their failed attempts to escape, their hope of getting out alive also starts dying. So they both just lie in their rooms crying and feeling helpless. But after a while, Anuja hears Neha screaming. She is screaming in pain, asking for help. Anuja starts shouting and banging on her door, asking for Neha. So that man comes to her, tortures her by cutting on her ear with a blade, and then takes her to Neha to show her what they're doing to her friend. And Anuja is shocked and in pain when she sees Bhola sexually assaulting Neha. He is forcing himself on her, punching and hitting Neha for resisting. Anuja starts screaming at this and she tries to free herself to save Neha, but that man takes her back to her room and locks her there. And Anuja lies there crying with anger, rage, and helplessness. Meanwhile, Neha is alive but she feels dead within. After Bhola sexually assaulted her, she gave up. She has given up on her life, and to save herself from another assault, she takes up a sharp object from the room and cuts her wrist. So she is lying on the bed with her hand bleeding. But Anuja cannot give up. After seeing Bhola assaulting Neha, something has changed inside her. She is now determined to kill these people. She does not want to escape anymore. She wants to kill them all. That man, Bhola, and their Amma. So as it gets night, she gets up, opens the window of her room anyhow, and jumps from it secretly. She is hurt from the jump, but she gets up and continues with her plan. Meanwhile, Bhola goes to Neha in the night to assault her again. But as he sees her hand bleeding, he ties it with a cloth because he doesn't want her dead. He wants to use her. But before he can do anything to her, he starts to hear the voice of their cow Ganga from outside. And when he turns to see what's happening outside, he's shocked. Their cowshed is on fire, burning along with their cow Ganga. And Ganga is very dear to the man of that house. So Bhola has to pay for it, and the man hits him to take out his anger for losing his cow Ganga. So now Bhola is out looking for Anuja to take out his anger. He knows she must be somewhere nearby in the jungle. He goes into the jungle, and Anuja is there, keeping an eye on him. She leads him far away from the house and finally hits him with the iron rod from behind. Bhola falls off, injured and bleeding, but he's not dead yet. But right then, they hear the sound of a leopard nearby. So Anuja leaves Bhola there to be eaten alive and leaves. And Bhola's scream fills the jungle as the leopard eats him. Meanwhile, Neha is sitting in the corner of her room, traumatized with everything. But then Prerna secretly comes to her and gives her water to drink. Neha asks her why didn't she tell them before that those people are dangerous, they would have never come back. But Prerna does not say much. She just sits there, offering her the water. So Neha pleads with her to let her go, to let her escape from there as others are busy outside. But Prerna denies, saying that her father is very strict. He will hit her and will not give her the food if she disobeys him. Neha is shocked to know that the man is her father. She does not believe it. She asks her again to confirm it and is shocked to realize that that man is Prerna's father. And still he uses Prerna for his sexual needs, impregnating her so many times. She feels disgusted at this and feels very bad for Prerna. So Prerna leaves, but she feels the door unlocked. Neha understands the hint and escapes immediately. And after walking into the jungle for a while, she finally sees Anuja and hugs her crying. Anuja tells her that she killed Bhola. Neha cannot believe it, but she can see the fire of revenge in Anuja's eyes. Then she tells Anuja about the truth about that man, that he's actually Prerna's father and still exploits her sexually. After knowing the truth, Anuja feels disgusted at that man and she starts going towards the house to kill him. But Neha is scared. She doesn't want to go back, but Anuja tells her that she cannot leave that man alive. Meanwhile, the man and his Amma are in the house, worried because they know that Bhola is dead. They heard his scream when he was eaten by the animal in the jungle. Anuja and Neha secretly enter the house, and Anuja goes to the terrace. But the man gets suspicious, so he also goes to the terrace. And as he comes, Anuja attacks him with the rod. He tries to protect himself and hits Anuja, but this time Anuja is fearless and she is here for revenge. She is here to kill him. So after an intense fight, Anuja finally pushes him off the terrace. And Neha, who is standing on the stairs with a sickle in hand in case Anuja needs help, gets attacked by Amma. But to protect herself, when Neha starts moving the sickle, it hits Amma and she dies on the spot. Then, with all the strength Anuja has, she goes down to where the man is lying and cuts his throat with a weapon with both her hands. Finally, Anuja and Neha come out of that house and sit on the grass, tired, injured, but not helpless anymore, while Prerna just looks at them from inside the house. This movie is inspired by true events. There was such a house in Nagpur, Maharashtra, and there were men like Bhola and that man who killed people and exploited his own daughter. The first half will make you feel scared and bad for the torture that happens with the two women, but the second half will leave you satisfied. Seeing Anuja kill them will leave you so satisfied. Hope you enjoyed this.